Flashy Brooklyn bishop has been arrested. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. The flashy Brooklyn bishop Lamar Whitehead was arrested last Monday. This bishop had made headlines in July when he was robbed of expensive jewelry on live stream, and he claimed that his luxurious lifestyle came from God. But feds said that it was a bit more complicated than that. The flashy bishop was robbed during a live stream church service in July. He has been arrested and charged with attempted extortion, wire fraud, and making false statements to the FBI. The FBI alleged that Bishop Lamar Whitehead, who openly bragged of his luxurious lifestyle and relationship with New York City Mayor Eric Adams, made at least some of his riches through extorting a businessman and bilking a parishioner out of thousands of dollars. Meanwhile, Donald Trump should never be allowed to run for public office again after inciting an insurrection, lawmakers investigating last year's assault on the U.S. Capitol concluded in their watershed final report. The recommendation led a list of proposals from the 845-page document aimed at ensuring there is no repeat of the deadly riot the ex-president is accused of orchestrating in a failed bid to cling to power after losing the 2020 election. Our country has come too far to allow a defeated president to turn himself into a successful tyrant by upending our democratic institutions, fomenting violence, the panel chairman Bernie Thompson said in an introduction to the report. This was released last Thursday. Essentially, Trump is accused of spending months lying to supporters that the 2020 election was stolen from him, trying to corrupt federal and state officials, whipping up a mob to start the Capitol riot despite knowing it was armed and of doing nothing for hours to stop the violence. The panel has begun turning over transcripts and other documents to independent prosecutor Jack Smith, who is also overseeing federal probes into Trump's role in the riot and his handling of government secrets improperly stored at his Florida Beach club. The twice impeached 76-year-old Trump is also facing criminal and civil investigations into his business practices and efforts to overturn his election defeat in the swing state of Georgia. And you can see that this man commits so many crimes, we're hoping they charge him with at least 4 of them. Would love to see him in a jumpsuit at Rikers Island. Meanwhile, back in Jamaica, with several more days before the festive season ends, the public is being reminded to exercise great care in choosing locations to party during this festive season. Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, head of the Corporate Communications Unit of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, said that people should avoid areas where there is ongoing gang conflict. SSP Lindsay said that criminals will use any and every opportunity to get at their opponents, adding that when they attack at entertainment event, it is usually the innocent people who are affected. She said if you are aware of a conflict in your area and an event pops up, don't attend. Choose somewhere else to go. It's all in the interest of safety and security, she warned. And this is true, as when gunmen go to an event and spot an enemy, they don't just shoot at that one person. They usually spray the crowd with bullets, hoping to hit that person, but end up killing several other innocent bystanders who have nothing to do with their feud. Meanwhile, despite repeated warnings that motorists must exercise due care on the roads, the National Road Safety Council (NRSC) said that the warnings are not being heeded. Last Friday's count was 469, which included a policeman who crashed in Harborview, St. Andrew, on Friday. 2 men, including a police officer, have been charged with a recent multi-million-dollar robbery of a delivery truck with cooking oil. 35-year-old Detective Corporal Maurice Whittingham and 34-year-old construction worker Michael Daly have been charged with robbery with aggravation and kidnapping. The men were charged following a question and answer session on Friday. The 2 men were arrested after hijacking a separate truck transporting cooking oil in St. Catherine last Saturday. Meanwhile, the narcotics police is probing another international drug ring following the interception of shipments of cocaine which was destined for the United States and the UK. It has been informed that the police on Thursday seized a shipment with an undetermined amount of cocaine at Jamaica Post Central Sorting Office, which is located in the cargo village at Norman Manley International Airport. That shipment was destined for London in England. Another shipment concealed among assorted food items destined for the United States was intercepted by a customs agent at the same location. Detective Constable assigned to the St. Catherine North Police Division was freed of murder when he appeared in the St. Catherine Home Circuit Court last Tuesday. The Independent Commission of Investigations had charged Constable Sean Pennington with the 2018 murder of Rishon Oliver in May of that year. The court claimed that on February 24th of 2018, shortly after 11 p.m., Oliver was shot 14 times, and before he died he told individuals that Detective Rushy shot him. The incident took place on Pusey Road in Point Hill in St. Catherine. Over the 3 months trial, lead attorney in the matter Christopher Townsend mounted a defense claiming that the policeman is not known as Detective Rushy and he was not at the scene. There was no ballistic evidence linking the accused man to the crime, and it was proven that there were two shooters. Oliver was seen in a video moments before his death insisting that he was shot by Detective Rushy, and it took the jury approximately 20 minutes to return a not guilty verdict on Tuesday. A man who was captured by the Hanover police after eluding them for 8 years has died while in jail. According to sources, 53-year-old Eric Legacy Clark died last Wednesday. There are unconfirmed reports that he was involved in an altercation with other prisoners. Clark was taken into custody last week Tuesday. He had been on a parish most wanted list in connection with a murder committed in the rural community of Cash Hill or Platty Hill in the parish in 2014. And despite living in the same area, Clark had managed to elude the police on numerous occasions. While on the run, he was also said to be a threat to women in the area. 3 people were shot, two fatally during an attack in Commodore District, Linstead in St. Catherine last Thursday morning. Leon English, a taxi operator, and his common-law partner, Shalika Salki, were killed during the drive-by shooting. Another taxi operator who was shot during the attack has also been hospitalized, and the incident happened about 1:30, and it is not yet clear what led to the attack, and this is the second shooting in that community within a few days. The police have also confirmed that a prisoner who was taken to the Kingston Public Hospital for treatment has been shot, and it was reported that the prisoner, while awaiting treatment, attempted to disarm the warder and was shot, probably trying not to spend Christmas in jail. The St. Anne police have made a breakthrough in its investigation into a murder and arson attack in the parish 3 weeks ago. The cops have arrested and charged two men for the murder of 34-year-old Kevin Hutchinson, otherwise called Bulby, a resident of Orange Hill in Brownstown. Those charged with murder, arson, conspiracy, and robbery with aggravation are 27-year-old Rayshawn Rattray and 30-year-old Ainsworth Witter. Investigators said that the men conspired to kill Mr. Hutchinson, then set his house on fire with his body still inside. The incident was initially described as a fire and death investigation, but further checks revealed that Mr. Hutchinson had been robbed of cash and was stabbed to death. The two suspects were later captured and reportedly confessed to the killing. Onto sports, winning the World Cup was just not enough to lift Argentina atop the FIFA World Ranking because Brazil is still keeping the #1 position, and that was revealed on Thursday. Brazil, who was eliminated in the quarterfinals by Croatia, had built enough ranking points from results over recent years that feed into FIFA's calculation. Argentina moved up one place to #2, and the beaten finalist France also rose one to #3. Belgium is still at #4, a fall of 2 places despite winning only one game in Qatar and failing to advance from the group stage. England and the Netherlands, both beaten finalists, stay at numbers 5 and 6 respectively. Croatia meanwhile climbed 5 places to #7. European champion Italy is at #8 despite failing to qualify for the World Cup, while Morocco is the best placed African nation at #11. They were #22. They are up 11 places for a historic run to the semi-final. The United States sits at #13, is the best of the CONCACAF region teams, rising 3 places after advancing to the round of 16. Mexico is #15. And that's going to be news and sports on your favorite community radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.